I work hard to earn my pay, and I saved real big today at All-American Ford.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Svino, the marketing director for the All-American Auto Group, and this is the All-American Auto Mall in Old Bridge Updates podcast. It is Friday, September 24th, so happy Friday, everybody. This episode I'm actually just doing in my office, audio only, so no video with me and Nick on it like we've been doing. I am sharing my screen and recording it so that on YouTube and Facebook, folks can follow along with what's on my screen if they'd like. So this is episode 56, like I said, and last episode 55, I had my brother Nick on, who's our fixed ops director, and he talked the whole episode about recruiting and the fact that we're hiring technicians very aggressively right now. We basically have 4 openings for technicians throughout our auto mall here. Basically, we're looking at it as like 3 in Ford and 1 in Subaru so far. So he talks about, what we offer technicians, who he's seeing as candidates, who he wants for his technicians, for his department. So very informative episode about technicians and just working here in general, getting hired here. So if you know anybody out there that is looking for a job, even if they're not a previous technician, obviously we're looking to fill entry level for our mobile service van. So kind of a different take on a technician, right? Instead of being in the shop, you're out on the road in a mobile service van. And then obviously experienced technicians. And, the big selling point for us here, besides being one of the largest dealerships in New Jersey, besides our Ford dealership being the number 1 Ford dealership in New Jersey, and having all these different amenities and benefits and, very competitive and high pay compared to the rest of the industry, is our fully air conditioned shop. So that is far and above probably one of the best, I would say, incentives or benefits or amenities for working here. It's very rare for a car dealership to have a fully air conditioned shop, and it means a lot to the technicians, working through the extreme heat in the summer. So for comfort level and quality of work, it's a big deal. So that's a huge selling point here. And we put it in, I believe, last year or 2 years ago. So still fairly new for us. And, that's a great selling point for working here. So we do have a website set up for job applications. It's called workforallamericans.com. So you could go there. You could also just go to our regular websites and find it in the navigation. So we're accepting all applications at this point, hiring for basically all departments as well. So this episode is just going to be some quick happenings from this week and some Ford news I wanted to touch on. So since the last episode, we took in a really, really nice ROUSH Stage 1 Mustang. It's this grabber blue color, looks fantastic, posted about it. It's got a lot of attention on social media. The customer was a long time, very loyal customer of ours. She was fantastic, actually. She bought the vehicle from us in 2007. It's 2017. So she bought it from us in 2017, got it, oil change and routine maintenance here religiously. So that's really the best type of used vehicle we could get, obviously purchased from us, serviced here and serviced regularly, so that we know, kind of everything that happened to it. Perfect service records for that. So amazing vehicle. I posted it, I believe yesterday, the day before, and it's already sold. So it's already off the market. That's how quick the market's moving right now. Used cars, new cars, anything that's hot out there, anything that's a little bit rare or exclusive, like a ROUSH Mustang. These things are going quick right now. So that was a cool trade-in. So I posted about that. And then also a cool thing happened yesterday where a customer of ours, actually, again, another great loyal customer of ours, got us involved with this golf outing at Yorktown Club. And it benefited the National Breast Cancer Foundation, and the event raised over $35,000. So we did a hole-in-one sponsorship there and participated and supported it. So that was great to see the success of that event. And they came here with the check, and we got to take a nice picture. Actually, my brother, Chris Savino, the general manager, and Joe Petty, our wonderful general sales manager, are in the picture with the gentleman. So that was a nice little thing we had going yesterday to support that event and celebrate the success of it. So then I just wanted to bring up a few things with Ford news, because there was some big news that came out this past week and a little bit into last week that I didn't get to touch on the last episode. The Ford Bronco Sport and the Mustang Mach-E continue to win a lot of awards. So they did really well in the J.D. Power APEAL Study, which was great to see. They're selling great for us. Inventory kind of has fluctuated, where in the beginning we had a good amount and they were selling like crazy. Then inventory really dipped for them. I think we were down to 0 for both models, but I think they're starting to come back a little bit, which is great. But this study from J.D. Power, I think, says a lot about Ford and the Ford lineup. It kind of commemorated how Ford has one of the youngest portfolios in the industry right now. So the freshness in the lineup and the freshness with some of these models and these new models, it's starting to get recognition from customers and from these awards. So great stuff there. And with the Bronco Sport and the Mach-E, they both earned top spots in their respective segments in this study. So they, received recognition for being tops in their segment. So again, that's the Bronco Sport and the Mach-E. So nice to see them getting some awards there. The next piece of news that came out that was very exciting for a lot of people I know was that Ford began pre-production of the all-electric F-150 Lightning truck. And, the article, it's nice. It talks about how they increased investment in the Michigan plant where it's being built, and they were able to increase jobs and stuff like that. So, we've gotten a ton of reservations on this. Those reservations are going to start to turn into orders, I think, by the end of this year. And then the F-150 Lightnings are going to roll off the line and, be available for purchase probably by, I would say, late spring. I think Ford is saying spring of next year. I think it's going to be more late spring and maybe early summer. So, but very exciting news that, it's moving along. The reservations have been coming in and people are very, very excited about this F-150 Lightning. Another piece of news from Ford was that they released a very short 15-second teaser video for the Ford Bronco Raptor that is coming in 2022. The teaser video obviously doesn't really show anything but the headlight and the logo, which the logo is actually pretty cool. I like it a lot. But this is very exciting. I know my brother Nick, the fixed ops director here, talked about it on the last episode where he went to Dallas recently for an all dealer meeting for Ford. So one of their annual meetings where they kind of show new products and talk about new products with the dealerships. And he said that, they talked a lot about the Ford Bronco Raptor. There was a lot of excitement around it. He saw a pre-production model of it that hasn't been released yet. It was just at that meeting in Dallas. He said it absolutely looks amazing. So this is very exciting. You're taking two very prestigious names within Ford, the Bronco and the Raptor, putting them together. I think it's going to be great. And I think it's going to garner a lot of attention and a lot of people are going to want these. So the only information right now is basically that it's coming in 2022. So we don't know when, but that'll be great. And I know we'll do really well with that because of our really large Raptor following here. We're the number one Raptor selling dealership, basically in the Northeast, probably just here in Old Bridge, our group for sure, probably in the Northeast, if not the East Coast. So we usually have a ton of Raptors that we sell like crazy. And, the Bronco Raptor is just going to take that to the next level. Last piece I wanted to touch on is that Ford announced their new Ford Expedition. And the Timberline series of it. So I think I talked about this on a previous episode, but basically Ford is going to do a Timberline series of a couple of their models, including the Explorer and the F-150, and now the Expedition. So the pictures of this look fantastic. I think it was a really nice looking Expedition. The article's great. There's a video too. It talks about how ahead of the competition they're going to be with some of this stuff and, how they're going to be best in class in a lot of these areas. So it talks about how the available ground clearance and the off-road capabilities are going to destroy the Jeep Wagoneer. Talks about how the performance of it, the horsepower, some of the different packages are going to destroy the Chevy Tahoe. So a lot to be excited about with this new Expedition. And the different series or trims, as they call them, or packages even, Ford's kind of getting crazy now with all the different levels and all the different stuff. We have the Tremor for like the Ranger, the F-150, and the Super Duty. Now there's going to be the Timberline series. So there was already a lot of trim levels to begin with. Now there's different trims, different series, different packages all involved with it. So a lot of exciting stuff for Ford. It kind of keeps on that theme from that first article I mentioned with JD Power and how fresh the lineup is and how different Ford is getting with some of this stuff. So it's definitely refreshing from a dealer standpoint. I think the lineup is great, and it's going to get really, really good over the next couple of years with some of these additions. And I think we're going to be in a great spot to continue to grow the business here from a Ford perspective. So that's kind of all I had today. Short episode. Happy Friday, everybody. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll be back next week.